So how many of you are experiencing this issue at the moment whereby everyone else is conforming? They're showing me that I'm magnetic. I'm attracting in these other guys and girls. I'm getting texts from other exes and other people or friends associated with SP or people with the same name as SP. But I'm not hearing from SP yet. They've not conformed. What's happening? What am I doing wrong? Why is this occurring? I'm going to share a couple of things in this video to clarify and hopefully to get you guys back on track. So let's get on with it. Thank you first up for joining me. I'm Athena Raven. I'm a mental health and manifestation life coach here to empower you and enlighten you on your spiritual growth here. So if you do enjoy the content, please do like and subscribe. Help this channel to grow, help boost that lovely algorithm and hopefully get this content out to other people who could really benefit from it and use it. Please do click that bell icon so you never miss a beat. I'm always posting videos up roughly weekly. And thank you for those of you as well who join me on my TikTok too if you want more regular bite-sized content. So here we go. I get this so much. I've had so many comments from my clients and also from people on my TikTok as well, stating this kind of issue that they have, that everyone else is conforming, that I'm attracting guys, girls, left, right, and center. But SP hasn't conformed. Or this other ex, it's the wrong ex, it's the wrong person has come into the fray, or all sorts of things happening. Why isn't it happening with SP? I've manifested a text and I got it from this other person, nice and easy. Why is it a struggle? Why is it harder with SP? And so I'm going to add this to my playlist that I've currently got as well of how to get your SP to conform based on my own experiences and that of my clients. And I'm going to share with you here what is potentially going on. Now, when we shift self-concept, I know that I've done many SP manifestations over these 20 years. Like I say, not always for relationship, sometimes it's just about rekindling a connection or a friendship or having a more harmonious relationship with someone who likes bad blood, right? And there's some people that they never leave your mind and your thoughts. You want to bring that connection in. And a lot of you who are on the SP journey are, let's face it, here to have a relationship with that specific person. And so it can be quite frustrating when you see everything else is moving in the right direction except for SP. Why is it harder? Why is it harder? And this is the problem. So first issue would be the fact that we have no resistance to these other people, to these exes, to these friends or other people connected with SP or not connected with SP. Perhaps they're strangers coming into your life to show you that you are attractive, that you are relationship material, that you are magnetic, because you're occupying the state of being in a relationship. And for everyone that means something different, but perhaps you have captured the mood that when I'm in a relationship, I feel more attractive. I'm feeling that unconditional love and safety and security within me. I don't have this desperation anymore. And people get drawn into that. I often feel like I'm more magnetic as well for whatever reason that is. And a lot of people do say to me that, why is it when I'm in a relationship, everyone seems interested in me? I think we have this energy about us of being more magnetic. We're relationship material. We're commitment material. And that's why other people are interested and want a piece of that, right? So there's least resistance with these other individuals because you don't have any limiting beliefs connected to them, because your focus and attention isn't really on them. And if everyone and everything is yourself pushed out, then it stands to reason that people are going to come to you and reflect this new self-concept that you have, this new desirable, attractive, magnetic energy that you're giving off. They have to come, they have to reflect that, and they're going to show that by texting you, getting back in touch, thinking of you more, being attracted to you when they see you on the street. I know I'm getting this a lot at the moment with my own shift and SP journey. And it can be a bit frustrating because you want to take that energy and that attraction and that effort that they're putting in and just place it all into SP. If only we could just do that quite easily, you know. And we can, essentially, but it is our limiting belief. So there's no resistance here. I don't have any limiting beliefs about relationships between me and SP's family or friends or strangers that I might meet. I don't have any of this doubts and other kind of resistance that can come into play here. But with SP, we're looking at them from a state of, they're our object of attention and affection. So it's natural that we have more angst around it when it is connected to SP. And we also, in many cases, you have a history with your specific person, because a lot of you are manifesting an ex, someone you've had a connection or a relationship with. So you might have some limiting beliefs and resistance surrounding them, surrounding that relationship. Perhaps it ended badly and your focus and attention is still on that a little bit as well, how it ended, and are they still thinking of the argument, and do they still hate me? Or if there's a third party, you'll focus more on the obstacles naturally with regards to the SP than you would to anyone else, because the SP is our desire, is that end goal. And this is where it can get a bit tricky. And this is where we have to really take the time and effort to, what I do with a lot of my clients is really challenge and beat down those limiting beliefs, change their perspectives, because it's your perspective of relationships that needs to be shifted, but also your perspective of the relationship with this specific person. And if you have a past with them, we do tend to focus and be anchored to some of the things that happened in the past, and we take that into the present. And so that's why everyone else can conform, but we're not allowing SP to conform because we've still got those resistances and those limiting beliefs. Plus, another thing that could be happening here is that we're noticing what's not working. Now, the problem with human beings in general, with the way that our mind works, we all have this negativity bias. We can't help it. It's the way that we've been programmed. Your parents have inflicted upon you, not intentionally, not nastily, you know, but they've inflicted their own fears and limitations, say, as a means of trying to protect you, prepare you for the worst, right? You've got to work really hard to achieve this, and no one's going to love you if you're this way and that way, and they can be quite critical. Then, of course, you've got the media and the government all putting you in a state of fear all the time. So we're constantly having this negativity bias about us. Our mind wants to go there. And neurologically, I have heard it said that when a negative thing happens to us, it's 2 times or 2.5 times more powerful than when a positive thing happens. And I remember a teacher at my school was stating about when people compliment you and shower you with compliments, it's like being showered with these beautiful rose petals, and it's wonderful. But if one person throws a brick at you, you're more inclined to remember that brick because that hurt. That's the negativity bias. We'll focus on there. You can have, you post a video up, you've got 1 million wonderful comments and supports and likes and love, and then you've got just one troll on there that just you focus on, and it gets your blood boiling. And this is what is happening with SP. Where naturally, when we're looking at life with regards to them, naturally going to the, well, I'm focusing on what they're not doing. I'm focusing on the negative behaviors. If you're still in contact, if you're not in contact with them, it's easier to go more within your imagination and not have the 3D anchor you. But if you do have contact, or if you're aware of what is going on, or if you're just thinking too much of the past and you're putting up all these obstacles and you're noticing more of the bad behaviors than the good. God knows how many times I've had it with my clients. And we'll be sitting there talking, discussing this and deep diving into this and challenging it, especially when they're spiraling. And they'll tell me about what SP is not doing, or they've not contacted, now they've blocked me and ghosted me, or we just had an argument and I've had to lay down the law with them. And they completely forget and derail from any of the good stuff that has been happening. And there's always good stuff to be found. There's always alternative perspective, but they can't go there because the state that they are occupying is that, yes, I might feel magnetic and attractive and like I'm worthy of a relationship. I'm occupying that state. But with regards to this specific person, I'm not occupying that state. I'm still occupying the state of the old version of them, the old version of me that was in that relationship, the past, the obstacles, the negativity around this. And they want to focus all on that. And I have to drag them out of it and be like, but hang on, you said this, and hang on. I had to remind them of one of my clients who had wonderful compliments from her SP, had even met up with him for the first time in years. I think they'd had a couple of dates, and then things started to go peter off a little bit, or a few things happened, and then she ended up spiraling and going back to old ways. So then, of course, he's reflecting more of this back and vanishing. She's totally forgot. She'd even forgotten that they had these dates and a lot of the compliments that were said, I had to remind her and push her back onto the positive aspects to see that this is working. We're hell-bent on focusing on it's not working with them, and then we're verbalizing it as well. A lot of people are there stating it in the comments of my videos on YouTube and TikTok. I see it all the time. I've manifested this text, and why isn't it that simple with SP? Why is it so much harder? Well, there's a limiting belief that has just been unraveled here. Why is it so much harder? That's a limiting belief. It's not harder. But for some reason, you've attached the belief that it is. Why is that? Is it because that it's taking time? Is it because it's been a bit of an up and down hills kind of struggle? Is it because that you're fighting that negativity bias and limiting beliefs around the SP? Sometimes the shift work with regards to SP manifestation can be a bit of a bigger jump, depending on the history that you've had with them and various other things too, childhood issues or traumas, whatever baggage we want to take into it. It can be a bit more of a shift. That's why I've never tried to be one of these coaches with all this clickbait stuff of do this technique and see them conform within 24 hours, because I've done this enough times. I lose count how many times I've done this for myself and for my clients. I've seen it unravel, and rarely is it a smooth sailing journey, and it's always about self-discovery, and there's always a bit of a transition to go through, and some people can do that within a matter of weeks, and I have seen it with clients, but some people do take months and even years in some cases. And it's not that you're doing anything wrong, but it's this self-discovery, right? So we've got to be really, really kind to ourselves and patient. Where is your attention and focus going? Always ask yourself that. That's why I say, what are you focusing on? Are we focusing on the fact that, well, they're not doing this, they've not conformed, it's harder with SP? So that will tell you a lot about, right, I've got some limiting beliefs around this. What are they? Let's try and unravel, dig them up. Why we think it's harder. Oh, it's harder because all this time has passed and it happens so quickly and fluidly with them. Okay, well, understand that with other people, there's no resistance here, right? What resistance are you harboring about this relationship? How are you viewing your SP? Are you still thinking that it's impossible for them to change? I can't see them leaving the third party. Well, they've moved, so I don't know how they're going to come back to me. I just noticed that. I just feel that this is really, really hard. They're going to keep focusing on the past. They've forgotten me. And all these limiting beliefs come out of the woodwork, and those are the stuff that I really deep dive challenge with my clients, so that they can cut the cords to the past, cut the cords to these anchors of limiting beliefs, and wholeheartedly occupy this state of being not only magnetic and loved and in this committed relationship, but with this specific person, and not worry too much about when it's going to happen or why. It's not harder. That's coming from a limiting belief. Why is that? Where is this coming from? So you always have to question and go within yourself, because there is no one to change but self. I've seen it enough times when SP returns either half conformed or fully conformed, depending on the bridge of incidents. I've seen against all odds, many stories unfolding where, yeah, against everything, where you think it's impossible, bam, SP comes back. It happens. It can happen. It will happen for you if you can occupy the state. And don't keep commenting about, but it's working with them, it's not working. Well, how about we see it as, look, it's working for them, it's working with them, it's working with these random exes and people that I don't care about. It's just a matter of time before SP feels that energy and that shift within me and comes back. It's just a matter of time. I'm living by faith, not by sight. And I've got that intuitive knowing that it's going to happen. And I'm just living my life, and I'm enjoying the attention in the meantime. And I'm enjoying the shower of affection. And if it takes them a few months or a year or 2 years or whatever to conform, then so be it. I don't feel like I'm missing out anything, because I'm living my best life right now. I've got other desires to achieve, other goals to experience. This will happen at the perfect time. It always does. But in the meantime, I'm not going to be focused on it's not working with them. It's not, because as soon as you've occupied the state, movement is happening immediately. It is immediately working. You're not necessarily doing anything wrong. But perhaps we delay things with this sort of negative thinking. Perhaps we're not even occupying the right state of being in a relationship with that specific person. We're occupying a state of being in a relationship, or being relationship material, feeling love, feeling attractive, but not quite fully with this specific person. So ask yourself these questions. Be more aware of where your focus and attention is going on. What kind of things are you stating and saying? Because that's coming automatically from the state you occupy. So this is why 3D is a great feedback loop. In some respects, we detach from it. We don't necessarily ignore it. We detach from it. You can ignore it, but it's hard to. So get the feedback from it as well. What's my reaction to what is happening here? That tells me a lot about what's going on and why SP hasn't conformed yet. Do I believe that SP is also conforming? Or do I have doubts? Where are they coming from? What are the beliefs that need to be challenged? So I hope this clarifies a few things for you who are going on this journey. And thank you so much for joining me on this video. I'm sending you tons and tons of love, and I'll see you in the next video.